Hi, my name is Naveen Sokalingam. My metric number is CE190062. Today we are going to present on Lab 3 printed circuit board PCB fabrication process. We are from section 9, group 4. First, this is our PCB layout in PDF file. Okay, second, what is the UV exposure effects on the PCB substrate? UV exposure is used to transfer the printed film in a printed board PCB substrate. The uncovered PCB substrate might get affected from the UV exposure, and also UV exposure on PCB substrate might be reflected or observed by the PCB substrate. The reflected UV exposure harmless to the PCB substrate, hence the observed UV exposure is converted into heat energy and damage the PCB substrate. Third, how to do the developing process in this lab. Developing process is removing dry film that unexposed part from UV light, which is the not needed in the PCB substrate. Before not remove dry film, after removed dry film and the printed circuit is clearly can see. Fourth, what are the procedure of etching process? PCB etching process is one of major steps in chemical process subtractive printed circuit board. First, etching. First, sketch the schematic. This project required LEDs, resistor, switch, battery. The goal is used to normally closed switch to keep the LED off, and when the door is shut to turn them on. Once the door is opened, sketch out the circuit and track down the required component. Be sure to do the Ohm's law check, make sure all the parts are sufficiently rated. Second, change the schematic diagram into PCB design software. Using a decent PCB design program that saves a lot of time by designing the layout PCB. Both this software allows to design schematic then revealed directly from this schematic. This ensures the component is size and connection point are accurate and account for the PCB. Another time saver of this software is auto rotor tools. This will lay out the tracks in the path only that interfere with the component, and other tracks that are connected after the PCB layout and the circuit connection have tracked. Verify the circuit and final time period of printing. Third, transfer the layout of the board to the ensure correct transfer. The tab is printed out over the top of the copper lead laminated PCB. The small indentation on the copper will also have the drill bit. Find the extract location, lead you go, remove the printed sheet, and make sure all the components are marked on the copper used in 1/32 inch 6 maximum to bit to drill out the hole and that were marked on the board. Using a permanent marker, draw to track between all the components, reversing the PCB board layout. Etching process. Once the second coat of mark is complete, dry the time to give the board to bath in a ferric chloride. Because ferric chloride is a corrosive acidic chemical compound that will clear all the coppers on the board that is not protected by the marker ink. Pour all the modest amount of ferric chloride into the plastic container with lid just enough to cover the board completely. Afterward, rinse the board with acetone that will make quick work on the marker clean and reveal the unharmed track. The last is populate the board and test with the circuit. After the board has been etched, use the multimeter to continuity test. Make sure all the tracks were successfully beginning and terminate in the correct location before applying the power to the circuit. Once all the tracks been rectified, add the component to the correct position and solder them in. While the voltage and watching in is your perfection, each switch function exactly as planned. Number 5. How exactly do the stripping process in the lab? We can use concentrated nitric acid to remove the tin because nitric acid is effective in removing tin and does not damage the copper circuit track below. Hence, now we have the clear distance outline of copper on the PCB board. After the process, we could see the copper outline of the PCB board that been designed so it will make it easy for us to pop the hole to the fixed component into the PCB board. Number 6 of this lab, discuss the importance of lead will be discussed by my group member. Number 6, the discussion important of lead to awareness of safety signs will be conducted by my group member. Thank you. This is from me.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nik Muhammad Fadli, and today I will present the number 6 and 7 for lab 3. So we go to the question 6. The question 6 discuss the importance of the needed to be aware of safety signs and the use of personal protective equipment in a safety and health context, especially what relates to the chemical. So exactly the most important function of safety sign is to remind employees at critical important interest station to be careful and always alert. Safety sign can be installed almost anywhere and can contain any message a business need to keep employee as safe as possible in the workplace. Second, eye and face protection are just as important as head protection. Safety glasses, goggles, and full face shield can give you the protection you need for your eyes and face. And the third, respiratory protection is important inside where toxic substances are present. Sometimes what you can't see can hurt you. Respiratory protection such as respirators are designed to protect you from dust, smoke, paint sprays, pesticides, and other hazardous substances that can cause permanent damage. So respiratory protection should be used in environments with air pollutant. In a work environment, respirators are expected when adequate ventilation is not available or other engineering control systems are not feasible or inadequate. So the fourth, contact dermatitis, skin cancer, and other skin injuries and infection are the second most prevalent forms of occupational disorder and can be costly. Gloves are crucial component in providing skin protection because a lot of labor is done by hand. So rubber glove, cut resistant gloves, saw glove, and heat resistant glove are some kinds of glove widely used as PPE. So using glove reduce the risk associated with working with chemical, glass, sheet metal, electricity, heat materials, or slippery things. So the question number 7. So the question number 7, so after watching the video, suppose you have done the PCB fabrication process with reference to the lab 2. So PCB layout 3D visualization include a bottom view of the PCB containing the circuit spread. So this is the PCB that was supposed to be produced in this lab. So exactly as the shown, so this is our group PCB in 3D. So exactly this one is Navin. So and this one is from me, and the other one is from Shahrul. So this is for 3D. No, this is for the circuit actually. So the circuit. So for the 3D layout, so we can see from here, this is Navin, the back side of PCB, and this is mine, the back side of PCB, and this one is Sharon, the back side of PCB. And that's all from me for the question 6 and 7. Thank you. Have a nice day, doctor.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syarul Amin Zabi Mustafa. Today I want to discuss about lab 3 about conclusion and discussion. Okay, for conclusion, at the end of the lab experiment for this week, we were able to learn the fabrication process of a single side PCB and predict the expect output. Fabrication is the process of constructing product by combining typical standard part using one more process. PCB fabrication is the process or procedure that transforms a circuit board design into a physical structure based upon the specification provided in the design. There are many steps of the process fabrication single side of PCB. It is important to us for understand PCB fabrication process as the design choice we make can reverberate throughout PCB development, production, and even into operation. Okay, for discussion, to ensure the performance of the finished product, the print circuit board PCB process necessitates a complex product. The fabrication procedure used for a single, double, or multi-layer circuit board differ only after the first layer is complete. Due to change in construction, some PCB may require 20 or more steps during fabrication. The number of steps required to create a printed circuit board determine their complexity. Any step that is skipped or the method that is shortened may have a negative impact on the performance of the circuit board. The PCB, on the other hand, should function properly as vital electronic component once they been effectively constructed. Design and verification are the first step in the PCB design process, which continue through circuit board fabrication. To maintain the exclusively and avoid the short circuit, or incomplete circuit, several stages require computer guidance and machine driven instruments. Okay, thank you for me.